Hello everybody and welcome to my brother's part of the collection tour. This is the part 3 and this is, as a starter, this is Tarantulas Arusha, Tanzania, something like species Tanzania. Gorgeous juvenile, eating very regularly. Moving on to a rare footage of this collection tour, Salmon. This is Salmon pulcher. Why is it a rare footage? Because 2 of 10 spiders actually ate, at least was seen on camera. Just didn't want to be on camera and didn't want to show themselves, so that's it basically. That's why they weren't in the footage. This is Poecilotheria metallica. I was poking it to see if it has hooks or not, just to see if it's a male or not, because it's in the top of the enclosure and you can't really see when it molts and everything. Moving on to an underrated tarantula, Abracaspiatus, Indian violet, gorgeous spider, cheap as well, and just like I think it's an underrated spider because a lot of people are scared of it, but I think as long as you give it a proper height and enough substrate, you won't even see it that much. So I think it's not a beginner species, but it's like an intermediate. It's not really for like experienced keepers, if you know what I mean. It's not the most difficult species, so I'll definitely recommend it. Moving on to Ceratogyrus meridionalis, Ceratogyrus species without a horn. I think it's the only one right now without the horns, and I think in the future it will be changed. The genome will be changed because if you don't know, the Abracaspiatus esendami was also a Ceratogyrus before, and it also doesn't have a horn, and it was changed to a completely different genus. So I don't know about the taxidermy and everything, but I don't think this spider belongs to a Ceratogyrus genus. Anyway, moving along to Lasiodora paracibana, Brazilian salmon pink bird eater is the common name. The girl grew from 3.5 inches to like 6 in a year, so it's a fast growing terrestrial species that if you get it as a sling or as a small female, you need to respect that it will grow really fast and will require a lot of umbra. So just make sure that you keep that in mind if you get them for yourself, that they are fast growing species, and they will get from a light brownish color to a completely black at the final stages of their size. So they do change quite a bit in growing cycles. Moving on to a jump scare that I didn't expect at all. I'm sorry, the footage of this species, Abracaspiatus niculata, wasn't caught on film, but it caught me really by a surprise. She jumped towards the roach, as you saw, and jump scared me, and that's why the footage isn't really the best it could be, but I think it's still worthy of showing you. This is another species that you can really hardly see, Ceratogyrus sanderi, female, Namibian horned baboon. It's a rare sight to see her even, so it's a good that I was filming. Another rare sight is Monocentropus bulafuri, you saw before. Rarely catch her outside, and also want to inform you that the male that I paired her with her 4 months ago is still alive, kicking inside her enclosure. So hopefully there will be an egg sac in the future. Pissed off, another pissed off spider. This is Tarantulas Tanzania, Arusha species Tanzania, I think. Just gave it water and it was pissed off. So just I think I also squished the mealworm too much, so it was pissed off about that as well. I think it wasn't pre-molt, but I just startled it, so it went all defensive on me. Moving on to yeah, this is what is this? I think it's another Arusha footage, or Tarantulas meridionalis. It's hard to decipher. I think it's a Arusha actually. No, it's a meridionalis again. I have two footage separately of them. It's hard to decipher which one is which. As I mentioned, an underrated species, Fimbriatus, gorgeous spider. When it gets to adult coloration, you will see why it's called Indian violet. It starts to get purplish tints or hints of purple on the legs, so it looks even more gorgeous than it is right now. It's a pretty spider with a low cost to buy, and it's I think it's not an intermediate species. I think it's kind of like you could buy it as a beginner if you know that it's fast and you respect the speed it has. But again, as I mentioned before, if you give it enough substrate and everything, and just proper housing, I think when it starts to burrow you won't even see it that often. So moving on to more Africans, which my brother has. He has a lot of Tarantulas, one Fimbriatus, which I also have, but I didn't include in the first part of the collection tour because it wasn't eating, so there's no point in showing you an empty box with a lot of web and at the bottoms like look for the spider. That's just not worth, I think, for the footage or you guys to even see that. Just better to show you this one twice and show you the happy dancing tarantula and like spider gorging on mealworms. I think it's better than just showing you an empty box. That wouldn't be any interesting at all. So moving on to two species of Psalmopeus that you can actually see in this footage. This is Ecclesiasticus, Psalmopeus ecclesiasticus, Ecuadorian olive grey. I don't know the common name completely, but it's Ecclesiasticus. We'll do a video about Psalmopeuses when they get bigger. Also why they weren't included in this video, my brothers Psalmopeuses, because they just aren't ready to eat their own pre-molt. I can tell you one of them was a female, so at least that is good, but just pointless to show you them because they're big booty spiders engulged in their web and in like a corner just waiting for them to molt. In upcoming weeks I think all of them will molt, so we'll give you an update on which of them are females and which of them are not. This is Tarantulas cordatus, Kilimanjaro mustard baboon. Gorgeous spider, looks kinda similar to meridionalis, but it's not. It has more black coloration on the abdomen, and when it gets bigger, this is a female by the way, just not adult matured one, it will get even prettier. Even here it has a big booty, big abdomen, but I can tell you like 3 weeks later it still ate and it still didn't molt. So even Tarantulas can sometimes spend months in pre-molt and just still eating, so don't worry about that if you get any of that cases or problems in your tarantula collection. Another the same Parachibana, just another time frame of footage. A few weeks later, just munching, or a few weeks before, I don't remember, just munching on the food. Really eats everything you give it. It even eats in pre-molt. If you give it food in pre-molt, a lot of the spiders won't eat, but there's like a few species that will eat even in pre-molt. So if it doesn't eat, it's really in pre-molt. So have that in mind. A rare footage of Brachypelma albiceps that ate this time this girl ate, I think, on the 7 times, like 4 or 5 times in like 1.5 years we have her. She just doesn't eat regularly. As well, this old lady, which you know, this is if you don't know, this is Tarantulas Blossom. I had an exec of her. She's an old female, at least 11 plus years old, so that's why the exec took so long. This is pissed off, like, just I was pissed off filming this Brachypelma hamori, just releasing the roach because it just didn't feel like eating on camera. So moving on to the second to last spider that I will include in the brothers collection tour. He has multicuses as well, and lots of other spiders that are just burrowers and you won't be able to see on footage. So I included the ones you will be able to see on footage. This is mama, baby mama Tarantulas murinus, red color form, OBT. You can even see the baby on top of the web there. She didn't squish any of them, just so you know. We'll be doing rehouse of this link soon, so look forward to that. But moving on to the last one, gorgeous, almost adult size, still juvenile but almost adult size. I think it's gonna be subadult, green bottle blue, Chromatopelma cyanopubescens. I think it's a female because male will be mature by now. Just gorgeous girl. The carapace starting to get green. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe down below, click on the top right corner to watch more of my videos that I recommend watching them, that I recommend just watching them and enjoying them. I think they're my best selection, and I will see you back again next Saturday with another video. Goodbye guys.